Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are back with another episode of Rants and Raves. And we are back with a video on how to stop being, well, that's fucking dirty. On how to be a bit more on the productive side of things. Um, I say this very frequently in my podcasts and my videos. Um, there's three things you need to figure out as a man: uh, who you are, well, and what you are, where you're going, and I can't remember I had a brain fart. There was a third thing. There's a third thing somewhere in there. I promise. I'll get back to that. But where you are, who you are, where you're going, and your finances, what you do for a living, how much you make, are three. That's not the third thing, but those are three very crucial aspects to being a man that I think many, 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 many men are not only not taught, but also simply overlook. Okay. Um, don't mind the background. We're doing laundry, so the bed kind of looks like shit. We just got off work, hence we were in our work clothes. Um, quite some time ago, quite some time ago, um, I had to quickly discover at in my late 20s, because no one ever told me this growing up, that you need to have these things aligned for yourself in order for your life to be any kind of productive and feel any amount of fulfillment. I find very often, very frequently, and especially having grown up in the middle lower class of society. Well, I mean, really, let's be honest. It was the lower middle class, not the middle lower class. I was definitely in the lower middle class of society growing up in California, and then moving out to Idaho and stuff, and having done everything that I've done in my life and been through what I've been through. Okay, there's a very distinct mythos when we look at high value men, rich men. Okay, very frequently I find that we're told that there's way up there are the rich men, rich guys, are the Lamborghini owners and stuff like that, right? And you'll never be able to attain that, right? Those are the guys who make the rules, and this is true. The rich make the rules, okay? And this is absolutely true. But what poor people don't know and don't understand is that there's a way to break out of the matrix. Okay? There's a way to break out of the matrix, and that starts with a mindset. This is the most crucial part to your self improvement as a man. It doesn't matter if it's in regards to dating, finding a woman. It doesn't matter if it's in regards to any aspect of your life. Okay? It doesn't matter what aspect this is applied to, but it has to be applied. Okay? And one of the things that you have to be very self aware of is that sometimes, and for many of us, more often than not, most times, you're a lazy piece of fuck. Okay? Because of my sporadic work schedule, with how often I leave town and come back for a few days and leave town and come back for a few days, my YouTube career, if that's what you want to call it, these podcasts, these are very far and few in between. And then, of course, the live streams that I do are, or as often as they happen, because of the way my schedule works with just being gone and then work and such, okay? So I don't have the time to sit here and be able to live stream as a full-time job yet, hopefully, and to be able to sit here and have a discussion with you guys on the self-improvement aspect, on the mentality, on the importance of being self-made, okay? I would like to get to that point maybe at some point in time in my life, maybe. Probably much later on, to be honest, because right now at this stage of my life, I enjoy being kept busy. I enjoy having things to do, okay? So, my point, though, is that there's a lot of things that you discover along your path of life, and in this path of life, you figure out what works and what doesn't, what works and what doesn't, and then one day you wake up and you're 30 years old and you go, huh, well, I haven't gotten very far in life. I wonder why the fuck that is. And you start putting pieces of the puzzle together. Well, this is working. I'm a habitual porn watcher, so I need to stop laying off porn. I'm a habitual liar. Maybe I should start telling the truth. You know, I'm a habitual eater. I just like to eat, and I'm always in my feelings, so maybe I should start, you know, watching what I eat, and watching the kind of company that I keep, and you know, involve myself in, right?
Excuse me, sir, but I'm afraid someone is endeavoring to contact.
So being self-aware is very, very important. And so in this video that we're going to watch today, we're gonna go over procrastination. Just watch. We'll talk about it as we go. You guys will find out. So let's get into it.
Emergency meetings are the core of our monumental success.
That's
How do you deal with procrastination and laziness?
Why are you asking me that question? Why are you on this podcast asking me how to stop procrastinating? Turn off YouTube. Go do something. Jesus Christ. What's wrong with people? This is exactly what you were talking about asking a question where you already know the answer to. You know the answer is to stop doing things that waste your time and apply yourself to something important. Now, this may not be a waste of your time, but let me tell you, you're a dumbass, clearly. It's like Googling how to get fit, like you just said. Everyone knows what a push-up is. Do 10,000 of them a day. Stop wasting your fucking time. You know, I've never had to deal with procrastination. I've never had to deal with not being motivated, because what is the alternative? Literally, be a loser forever. I am sick of reading shit on the internet saying, yeah, you know, some people are special and they take longer to bloom and your time will come. Let me tell you something. 99.9% of people who are born broke, live broke, stay broke, die broke. That is the reality for almost everybody. The internet and it's all going to come to you at the right time bullshit is fucking a psyop to keep you down. You already know the answer. You don't need me to tell you. Why the fuck are you asking 4 men who do not know you personally how to stop wasting your time? I don't even know what you do to waste your time. You already know the fucking answer. Can we ban this guy from our feed, or do you guys want to hit him up first?
Yeah, you nailed it. Procrastination. I'm not going to try and change who you are as an individual. I don't know you. Right?
Have fun staying poor.
Have fun staying poor. I don't know your genetic makeup. If you were a warrior, you wouldn't be asking that question. So you're either going to become a warrior, or you need to adopt the ways of a warrior, or you need to accept your position in life, which is just to suffer the pain of being a loser forever.
Yeah, get a job.
We're going to pause it right here because this is, I really can't stress this enough. This part about being, you know, becoming self-aware. When I moved out here to Idaho, what was it, almost 10 fucking years ago now, okay? I was very, very sick. I needed medical issues taken care of. I needed a lot of medical attention, and a lot of things happened shortly after I arrived here. Shortly after that time, I ended up meeting with Sage, and we got together, and our life together progressed. During that almost 7-year period of us being together, we both, and I mean more importantly me, lost sight of who I was, where I was going, and what I was going to make. I completely lost track of what I was doing. And in fact, I'll even go further than that. Not only did I not know who I was, and didn't know what I made, but I also didn't know where I was going. I mean, in the general scheme of things, I knew I wanted to be a dad. I was fighting to see my child at the time. Excuse me. And I was in a journey of trying to put myself in a position of becoming financially stable, fighting Social Security, that sort of thing. And in that time span, I lost who I was, not only in regards to my personal, my personal goals as a man, but also in regards to just progressing my life. Okay. Very frequently we find that when we enter relationships, okay, and as men, yeah, this is the important part, as men, this doesn't apply to women. As men, you have a goal, you have a purpose, you have a path that you're on, okay? You're walking down this path, or running, whatever your case is. And the train's going, the train don't stop, and this is the mindset that you should have walking into dating and your self-awareness and your goals in life as a man, is that women can come and go. You can hop on and off on that train all you want to, but it don't stop for nobody, okay? At the end of the day, I have a job to do, and that job is to, one, keep myself, first and foremost, is to keep myself fit mentally and physically, and two, to provide myself, but also my child, with the absolute best life that we can have, okay? All men, I think, are born with this concept of, knowing their lot in life. I think all men are born with this idea that they are well aware that at the end of their life, they would have had a family, they would have had kids that are, proud to have them around, that love them, a wife that loves them and respects them. Okay. All men know their destiny in any general sense. Okay. But very frequently, we can lose sight of that. And I can't stress this enough. And again, and not just in regards to the dating, but in regards to your personal growth as a man, you have to be self-aware. You have no choice. You have to be self-aware of where you're at and what you're doing. Okay. There's no such thing as a goal that you can't achieve. It doesn't exist. One of the things I had to learn very quickly on is that where you put your time and where you put your attention is what's going to return to you. So, for example, if you spend a lot of time on porn, let's just be honest. If you whack off every night to Pornhub or XNXX, whatever your choice of poison is, the more time you spend on porn is the more time that you're going to be lazy and a bum, right? The more time you spend at home smoking pot, the more time you're going to be unproductive. The more time you spend on Tinder and Meet Me and POF, the more attention you may or may not get for women, right? However, the more attention you give to your self-improvement, right? Your bookshelf of books, the more you're going to learn. The more effort you put into building a community, a tribe, the more men you're going to see improve, and in turn will then improve you, right? If you put your attention on, it has to be applied, of course, but the more time you spend on YouTube, let's say you watch construction videos or culinary videos, okay? Let's say your hobby is cooking, you like to cook. So you're going to hop on to YouTube here, and you're going to go learn how to cook salmon. Look at that. 4 videos right here. 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 4 minutes. You're going to spend that time learning how to cook. Okay? So where you put your attention is what's going to return to you. So when you ironically turn to yourself and focus on you, or focus on God, whatever, or Allah, whatever the case is for you, wherever you feel like you need to put your attention is, good God, you cats are crazy, is what's going to return to you. You have to be self-aware of this. You have to be. You have no choice. Unfortunately, and I'm 32, my generation, our parents, most of our parents at least, I can't speak for everyone, but most of our parents didn't tell us this kind of shit. Most of our parents, most of our fathers didn't show us how to be self-aware, didn't show us how to be self-conscious in a positive way, didn't show us how to interact with women, didn't show us how to date, didn't have the traditional birds and the bees talk, okay? Didn't show us what real effort looked like, okay? Now, the relationship with my parents and I, admittedly, are very rocky, but if there's one thing I can take away from at least my father and I's relationship, it's that the man works. This man has had violent diarrhea and went to work. I mean, he was in the porta potty, of course, very frequently through the day, But the only thing that ever kept this man down was a broken leg at one point in his life, and then severe vomiting, like a flu bug. Okay. Beyond that, this man has worked through and through, and I'm very proud that I'm able to say that that's a particular work ethic that I myself have subscribed to and have been able to maintain at least over the last 3 years of my life, and been able to keep in practice. And that in the last 3 years, the longest I've been without a job is a full 24 hours. 24 hours is the longest I've been without a job in 3 years. I know. Ooh. But for many of you, it's, some of you, maybe you burn through temp jobs, and or maybe you jump from grocery store job to grocery store job, or work some dead end, I don't know, bar job or some shit that's never going to get you anywhere, right? So the point I'm trying to make, though, is that at some point in this walk, you're going to have to become self-aware, and you're going to have to start applying how to become better. You have no other alternative. Obviously, the things you've been doing up until the point in this video on the 1st of July, you've been doing something wrong. So I'm here to tell you, congratulations, you've been doing something wrong. You now need to figure out what that is. I can't tell you that. I don't know. If you pray about it, ask around and ask yourself, I'm fairly certain you'll get that answer, but you still have no choice but to become self-aware and start improving in the areas you know you need to.
Job at the car wash. Maybe I'll tip you one day.
Yeah, correct.
Enjoy.
I agree with what they're both saying on a very, very practical level. Me and Andrew were talking about this on the day, just this morning on the way to lunch, I guess, or this afternoon, is be imperfect on purpose, man. Like, I always tell people, like, shoot the fucking gun, shoot. And as long as you're aiming in the general direction you're supposed to, no matter what you do, the first time you shoot that gun, you're going to have to adjust the scope. So shoot the fucking gun so you know how far you're off. Every business pivots. Every workout plan is going to pivot. Everything is going to change. You have to shoot the gun to know how far you're off, and then you start honing it in, and then you actually have a little bit of positive momentum that'll get your ass up and going. So shoot the fucking gun, miss on purpose, be imperfect on purpose, take action over everything, because you're never going to do it perfect anyway. So just go.
I hope that what these two gentlemen said just now about you being a loser and me staying broke pisses you off.
Yeah.
Because if it pisses you off, you might actually do something.
Yep.
That is actually the blessing that these two just gave you, is pissing you off.
Or I'll see you in the car wash.
Yeah,
I don't care if you turn your life around. I don't know you. I don't care.
There's not many truly, like, if you put effort into the universe, I think it's Newton's second law, right? Equal and opposite force. People always say, "Oh, I wish I had something to work on." You could work hard on anything. It can be the most jackass thing. You can work hard on, I don't know, fucking whittling
buildings.
whittling twigs. But if you truly work your ass off, it's difficult for it to have a negative impact on your life. Maybe you'll end up with an Instagram page, the best Instagram page on twig whittling. And who knows, right? My point is that it's very hard to find truly negative energy that's directed in a semi-positive direction. It's hard to say I'm working my ass off at X and it's made my life worse. You're not doing anything, and you're asking the question, hoping I'm going to give you some magical answer that's going to allow you to be motivated forever. But motivation isn't real. Everyone says this. Motivation is not real. Discipline's real. I do not feel like training, but I still train, because I'm a disciplined individual. You don't get to go through life only doing the things you feel like doing. Do you know who gets to do that?
Women.
Beautiful women. Beautiful women get to do what they feel like doing. As a man, you have to do the things you're supposed to do, because what we said earlier is absolutely true. It's player versus player, my friend. Now,
There's no such thing as motivation, only discipline. Okay? I'm not perfect. I don't wake up at 5 o'clock every morning and work out. I just don't. I lack a lot of discipline. I lack a lot of self-discipline. Okay? But if there's one aspect of being self-disciplined that I'm proud to maintain, it's my book reading. It's being able to apply self-improvement. It's being able to change my mindset. Okay? And this is important for me because as someone who is possibly autistic, and maybe others who watch this who maybe suffer from autism as well, or ADHD, or ADD, depression, anxiety, doesn't matter. Throughout the course of your life, you build a mentality. Okay? You have this mentality that at your core that almost makes up who you are. And the older you get and the further you get in this mindset, the more deep rooted it sticks. So when you go your entire life, I'm 32, being told that you're a dumbass, you're going to wholeheartedly believe that you're a bit of a dumbass. When you get told you'll never own a Lamborghini, you'll never be in the top tier of men, it becomes very hard to think outside of the box. You go to your normal 9-to-5 job and you're just another loser, okay? I have subscribed to this very ideal, okay? It should piss you off that you're a broke, fat loser. It should make you want to become not motivated, disciplined. You have to create discipline in your own life. This is not only important for you as a man, but even more importantly, sorry not sorry, for many of you, more importantly, because discipline means dating. If you can't, let me explain. If you can't be disciplined with yourself, if you can't discipline yourself to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, go for an hour walk, and come back, take a quick cool shower, get ready for work, and off to work you go. If you can't do that every day, what on God's green earth makes you think you're going to be remotely attractive to a woman? What makes you remotely think that you're going to be found wanting? And this isn't just about being about something, having a backbone, having some kind of spine and ideal and purpose in life. This is just about how you move in your everyday life. How you move in your everyday life. I'm not a gym junkie. I don't work out 2 hours a day, 5 days a week, 6 days a week. Okay? Not yet. Once I get this hernia taken care of, I could really start focusing on working out more than I already am. Because at that point, this weight bench you guys see, you know, back here is what I use for my sit-ups. Okay? This weight bench back here. This is what I use for my sit-ups. Okay? Working on this gut, working on these man boobs. Okay? I don't wake up and with a hard on and go, oh man, I cannot wait to work out. Fuck no, it sucks and it hurts, and especially with this hernia, right? It's not pleasant. It doesn't make you feel great per se, right? Of course, the accomplishment that comes after it makes you feel good. The results make you feel good, right? When you look in the mirror and you're like, oh man, oh, daddy, ooh, mwah, right? Those results make you feel good, but the working out generally doesn't feel good, right? Of course not. You're sweaty, you're stinky, you're fucking, wham, boo-hoo, my pussy hurts, okay? It sucks. It's not meant to feel good. It's not supposed to feel good, right? Being self-aware, being self-taught, oh, that's miserable. You ever tried learning how to put in granite countertops by yourself? You ever tried reading up on it? It's fucking miserable. It sucks, because guess what? You fuck up that granite countertop, and you're fucked, chief. You're buying a whole new countertop. Try it sometime. Putting countertops in your own house. Just rip them out, put some new ones in. Go ahead. Try it. You get that sink lining wrong, you are out a lot of money. Being self-taught sucks. But guess what? That's being disciplined. That's having discipline in your life. That's being regular in your self-improvement. That's being regular in improving the life of yourself, being regular in the maturity of bettering the lives of your kids, and then being regular in the aspect of bettering the people's lives around you inadvertently, right? So being self-disciplined is what's going to keep you going. Again, things your father never told you, things your homies don't tell you, things your buddies don't tell you. There's a general rule of thumb in the manosphere. There's a general rule of thumb. Never listen to a woman's dating advice. Ever, ever, ever. Whenever, if you ever get a hair up your ass, and you want to know what a woman wants, what a woman needs, go check out some YouTube videos, read a book, go interact with real life women, and you'll find out very quickly that what they say and what they want are two very different things. Very different things. As someone who slept with a lot of women in his life, I can tell you most women are full of shit, and half of them know it. Half of them know it. Okay? We don't ever take advice from women. Ever, and especially in regards to dating. Why? Because they're not men. Because we're not equal. Because you will never know my struggles as a man. You will never know my mentality as a man. Right? We don't have the same parts. We don't have the same biochemical structuring. We don't have the same mentality. Right? So why would I take advice from you on what you want? That makes no sense. Right? I would talk to other men and figure out what works. Right? Right. Okay. So with that out of the way, why would you talk to losers about improving their lives? You wouldn't, right? Why would you take advice from mediocre people, from people who are okay with mediocrity? Why would you follow that kind of advice from other mediocre people? You wouldn't. You would take it from people who are successful, who are happy, who are at peace, who are at least relevantly financially stable, right? Well, hello, Madam Mim. You wouldn't. So don't. So don't take advice on dating from women because they don't even know what they want themselves most of the time. We do because we're men. We're the one who fuck them. We're the ones who marry them. So we know what they want. They don't. If they can't even figure out where they want to go to fucking eat, they certainly don't know what they want in regards to dating. Okay? It's a silly concept. You need to become disciplined. This is beyond important.
If I wake up, I've already got this massive head start over you in life and nearly every genetic gift, plus all my finances, plus my network. And I wake up and I decide, even though I don't feel like working, I'm going to work my ass off. And you wake up way down there, a peon, and you can't be bothered to work. What chance do you have against men like us? You don't stand a chance. You can't get the girl. We'll take the girl off you. We'll bankrupt your ass. We'll kick you out your house. You name it. You don't stand a chance. Now, if you're going to wake up and look in the mirror and understand that you're absolutely not only crushable, that you're a rabbit and that lions exist, and that's not going to motivate you to do something about it, then you're a lost cause. And there's no point in asking us a question. You know exactly what you need to do. If you want to stay killable, then stay killable. But I can't live that way. I would refuse to live that way. It's a disgrace to my bloodline. It's a disgrace to my parents who struggled to raise me for me to be anything other than the best version of myself. That's honor. I have honor to my last name and to my ancestry. It would be disgusting for them all to have fought saber-toothed tigers so I can wake my lazy ass up, jerk off all day, and ask on YouTube how I can stop being a fucking loser. You understand where I'm coming from?
Oh, 100%.
So this is down to you, my friend. And listen, you may feel fired up for 10 minutes after this little talk, but you're not going to feel fired up forever. You need to put systems in place. You need to get discipline. And like Justin says, you need to get an atmosphere of people around you who are going to keep you accountable and not make it easy for you to continue to be a fucking nobody. And then you're going to fix your life.
Keep people around you who are going to hold you accountable. 9 times out of 10, sorry, not sorry, this is going to be non-family members. This is why I can't stress this enough. I talk about it often enough. You need to make a tribe of people that you can succeed with, who want to see you succeed. This is so important. Show me 4 whores. You'll be the 5th. Okay? You want to know what a woman looks like? Go look at her friends. Go look at her 4 closest friends. Okay? You want to go see what a man's about? Go see his friends. Go see what kind of men he interacts with. Okay? You have to build a tribe of people who want to succeed with you, who want to see you succeed, and who are getting results themselves.
Otherwise, you're going to stay nobody. That's your problem. It ain't my problem. It's your problem.
But also, we need people at the car wash. When I go to McDonald's and I order a burger, someone has to make it. And I used to make them. I ain't even hating. If you're in McDonald's trying to better yourself, working your job away, good for you. Work on your side hustles, work on yourself. I used to work in fast food. But we need people to make those burgers. Because sometimes men like us get hungry.
Money isn't real.
You have to become self-made. You have to be. You have no other choice. I can't stress this enough. You have to be aware that this bubble that you live in is going to pop one day. The things you thought were correct, the things you thought you were doing right, the things that you as a lower lower class person who has the time to watch these videos, you have to become aware that what you're doing hasn't been working, and that has to change. Whether it's in regards to your dating life, whether it's in regards to your personal life, whether it's in regards to your finances, whether it's in regards to your own personal health, okay, whether it's in regards to your mental health and your peace and the type of people you keep around you, okay? You are self-made as men. Women are only as good as the men that they pick. That's the cold hard reality. Assuming a woman is dating correctly and walks into her 20s and gambles on the right man, they're going to have multiple kids, live a long, successful life. She's going to be happy and submissive. He's going to be masculine and on point. And, of course, things are going to be rough spots. But for the most part, things will take their course. Now, most women don't go that route. Most women either become very masculine and become the breadwinner themselves, or they end up settling for a loser who works at McDonald's or Burger King or Walmart, and the dude's a loser with no direction in life, and he's just kind of blowing wherever the wind takes him, right? So you, as a woman, you have to be self-aware. You have to become self-aware of who you are inviting into your life, into your kids' life, and figure out what's working and what isn't, because you will know very quickly when you ask, what am I doing wrong? You're going to figure out very quickly what you're doing wrong, or what is wrong, rather, right? And as a man, furthermore, as a man, right? How come I'm not rich? How come I'm not bathing in pussy? How come I don't have female attention at the snap of my fingers? How come I'm not driving a nice truck? How come I'm not happy in my life? How come I'm fucking fat and miserable? Well, you ask the right questions, you're going to get the right answers. Okay? Beyond important. Your self-improvement, your self-discipline will get you further in life than most other chunks of advice will. Okay? Obviously, this applies to your general scope of life, because, of course, being self-disciplined and being self-aware means that you're going to improve your life, but it also applies absolutely to your dating life. This is, in fact, your dating life will be a direct reflection of this. Well, I can't say that. I mean, okay. The types of women who will be interested in you, the types of options that you'll have available, rather, will be a direct reflection of this. Because, as we all know, women require discipline. They need direction. They need somewhere to go. Okay, you need a box to put them in. You can't just say, well, we're equals. Have at it. Do what you're going to do, and I'll do what I'm going to do, and we'll meet in the middle. It doesn't work that way. It will for a little bit, but it does. That's not what maintains a relationship and makes it stable and long-lasting, right? So as a direct reflection of your personal life, being self-disciplined, being disciplined at all, not being lazy, will also indirectly affect your dating life. The types of women you attract, it will give you options in dating. It will allow you to elevate to a level that you can see above the crowd and go, okay, I like that one, I don't like that one, I don't like that one, oh, I like that one. And you'll have this ability of choosing. You'll have the options to choose, right? And we can get into an abundance mindset in another video in regards to, dating and your self-discipline. But I really wanted to talk about this in this particular video because, guys, you being fat, broke, and lazy is unacceptable. Unacceptable. It's 2022. There's a gym right down the fucking street from me. If I really didn't want to work out, if I was just such a lazy fuck, I didn't want to I couldn't be bothered to use my own weight bench that I bought. Okay, there's a gym literally right down the road from me. Right down the fucking road. If I can afford a pack of smokes a day, then I can afford a gym membership. If I can afford a gym membership, I can acquire the self-discipline to get up 3 days a week and go to the gym. If you can do that, you can acquire the discipline to start working out an hour a day, 6 days a week. If you can acquire that discipline, you can start ordering books on Amazon on I don't know, stocks like I have. I'm dumb at math. Don't make no mistake, chat. Ironbeard is a dumb bitch when it comes to finances. I am terrible at math. I can write you a fucking 50-page dissertation paper on angelology and demonology. I could write you a book. But basic math is something I really, really struggle with. And by default, finances is something that I really struggle with. I have to become self-made. I have to become self-disciplined in finances and paying bills, making sure I'm not broke, making sure, things get paid on time, that sort of thing, right? And what do you know? As of now, I'm making $12 a year in stocks. Now, that ain't shit, right? Compared, from what I was making 3 years ago when Sage left me, right? I'm definitely in a far better spot than I was before. But 3 years later, I'm making $12 a year off my stock investments. And that ain't much. Okay, I could play the stock market. I could buy and sell, day trade a little bit, and probably make some more money if I really wanted to put that kind of effort into day trading, right? But for now, I'm looking at dividends. I'm looking at different NFTs. I'm looking at different stuff to invest in, and I hate it. I'm gonna be honest. I fucking hate math. I am very content and comfortable sucking big donkey dick at math. I'm okay with that. I'm great at a lot of things, but one of the things I'm not very good at is math, and I'm okay with that. Uh-oh. Loser alert. Loser alert. Yes. Guess what? You have to become self-made. You have to become self-disciplined. You have to go, you know what? This is fucking uncomfortable. I don't like it. This shit sucks. But guess what? In order to buy a fucking house for my daughter one day, for both of us, for future kids and a wife, I have to learn how to pay bills. I have to learn how to save. I have to learn how to invest. I have to learn the stock market. I have to learn what dividend yields look like. I have to learn this shit in order to better my life. Of course it's not comfortable. Of course it's not fun. Of course it's not pleasant. Unless you're one of those fucking weirdos who gets off to math. I've only ever met one of those types of men in my life. And this motherfucker jerked off to mathology porn. That was, oh boy, this dude was a weirdo. But unless you get off to that kind of shit, it's gonna suck. It's gonna be miserable. You're gonna be reading a lot of books. You're gonna lose a lot. Well, I can't say a lot, but you're gonna lose money in your stock exchange, in some of your gambles, because that's what the stock market is. It's a big gamble, right? But like we talked about in that video, as long as you're shooting in a general direction and putting effort into something, it's going to be really hard to be bad at it, right? You make a Robinhood account, you buy a couple stocks here and there, and you sit on them for a couple years. Maybe you start off and you make, I don't know, $1 or $2 a year. Well, fuck, it's better than making nothing, right? Fuck, $1 a year is $10 in 10 years. That's something, right? Oh, well, I stopped watching porn and stopped jerking off so much, and now I, semen retention, blah, blah, blah. Maybe I'm thinking a bit more clearly now and moving in a bit more of a masculine manner. Well, fuck, it's better than what you were doing before, right? Now that you've become a little bit more self-disciplined and self-aware and self-made, maybe now that you're shooting in the general direction, maybe now you're seeing better results. It's better than where you were at before, right? I mean, fuck it, you failed a couple times. I mean, yeah, maybe you still jerk off once a week. I don't fucking know, and I don't care. But at least you're heading in the right direction, right? At least you're putting an effort into something better than what you were doing before. And that's the important part. Because you will see results, or you won't, right? It will be very clear, very very quickly ish that you're on the right path, that you're doing the right things, that your life is starting to yield the result that you wanted. When you're unhappy, when you're not at peace, when you're miserable, when you don't look forward to being home, when your life just fucking sucks, you know it, you feel it, and so does everyone else. But when you start putting effort into something, when you start being self-disciplined, not only do you stop caring about what everyone else is thinking about you and your moves, but you also start becoming much more confident in your ability to focus on you and or your kids. So do it. Do it. Stop being a lazy piece of fuck. Stop being mediocre. Stop it. I see you, you lazy fuck. Stop doing it because you know it's bad for you. You know what you're doing wrong. And just do better.